Just in 2 seconds, we are live. Hey, hello everyone. First of all, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everyone. Basically, myself, SheenuBansal from India, and as you all know that we are conducting a super session. Like we are conducting a super ONPASSIVE FIREFOX session, and we have a very supreme personality with us right now. But before starting this, this session, I have a request to people who are watching us right now. Please, all of you can share this link in all ONPASSIVE groups and in all social media platforms, so that more and more people can connect with us. Yeah. Yeah, just in just 2 minutes, we will continue this live session. Till then, you can the people who are connecting with us right now can share this. Can share this live link in all social media platforms and in all social media groups also, and in ONPASSIVE groups also, right? And I heartily welcome all of you to the world of possibilities, which I called ONPASSIVE, and get super excited because we have a supreme personality, or I say a very remarkable personality of ONPASSIVE with us. And if you already know the name, then please you can drop a comment. Then please you can write a comment on in description box, right? Drop a name if you already know the name, and get super excited because yeah, and get please super excited because we have Mr. Richard Redfern with us. Yeah, we have Mr. Richard Redfern with us, and he is a very remarkable personality, and he is a very special guest to me. And if I am saying special, then believe me, it's more than special. And I am saying remarkable personality because I'm saying remarkable just because he is providing information time to time. He is providing us informative information and updates due to YouTube live session, right? So I heartily welcome you, Mr. Red. Please continue this live session by your lovely introduction. Over to you, Mr. Red.
Thanks very much, Sheenu. Great to be here. You say that I'm a personality within ONPASSIVE, but you certainly are as well. Many people know your name as well. And it is because of your tireless efforts that what you continue to do for ONPASSIVE. You're a superstar in your own rights as well. It's great to be here, and hopefully I will do you the service that you deserve by answering the right questions. It's great to be here amongst my Indian brothers and sisters. It's certainly a place that myself and my wife Jane are looking to come to. It's always been on our bucket list to visit India, from the south in Goa and all the way to the north and on the Golden Triangle is certainly an area that we want to travel. We love food. I'm a chef by trade. At the end of the day, one of the reasons why I am so excited to come to India, because man, do I like my curries. So can't wait for that. And I'm sure with ONPASSIVE, it's going to happen very soon. Over to you.
Yeah, right. And you said you are a very good cook. Like we love, and I'm also very too much foodie. Like, right. So I have a very hot and not question for you. So are you ready for those questions?
Get away. Go on. Let's have them.
Okay. So my first question to you is that when you join on passive, and what is going in your mind when you accept this opportunity, right? Please explain this.
Okay, it's a good question. That is, I joined. In fact, I'm 4 years now. Back in September of 2018. Now, when I was introduced to OnPassive, it didn't have a name. There was no name of OnPassive. It was a friend of mine, a guy called Derek Ventnor, who I'd been in other business opportunities with. I trusted the guy, and we had done various other things before. He contacted me, said, Red, you've got to have a look at this guy. I've known him before in something else I've done. He's just starting something brand new. And I think when I was looking at it back in September of 2018, there was around about 2,000 founders. 2,000. Look where we are now. When there was 2,000. And there was 2 audio videos. Okay, just the audios of Ash setting out what he wanted to try and achieve. And I'd never heard of a guy who wanted so much for other people before. Something connected, and I was really taken in by him as far as what he wanted to achieve. Now, I'd been in many other programs prior to this online in various shapes or form, and all of them were all based on you put in some money, you get some money back, all ROI, we invest it for you, coins, all these types of shenanigans. And to be quite honest with you, I'd had my fill of them. I was looking for something that was going to be a product-based business, so physically actually selling something that you then get a commission or you make money from. So I had that type of thing in my mind. And when I heard the 2 audio videos from Ash, he was going down this route. Obviously, back in the day there, it was going to be a complete marketing platform, but it had products, digital products that were going to be sold that you were going to make a commission on. So I joined, and I got my business partner, Peter Rogers, involved in almost the same day, if not the next day, as well. And we decided that if we were going to be in OnPassive, then let's get going. And we started building the business and sharing the business with as many people as possible. And ever since that day, I've had a massive passion, as you well know, for OnPassive. But that's the main reason why I got involved. I got involved because I wanted to move away from the ROI, investing money types of opportunities are out there, and I wanted to focus on a business that was going to be giving the customer a product, and then the person who was behind that would make a commission from it. So that's basically why I got involved in the early days.
Okay, what a great vision you have. Like you said only 2,000 people were there in OnePassive, and there is no name when you have just joined OnePassive. Like you are a great leader, and you are gold to OnePassive. Like we in India we say old is gold, and you are the gold of OnePassive. Like and how beautifully you are explaining. You are just providing a vision to us. Like you are an inspiration to us. Okay, so
Thank you so much.
it was and the journey of OnePassive, we together we all are going very beautifully, and we are exploring the world right now. We are exploring the world, and it was beautiful. It was a great journey. We all are covering this journey. So it was beautiful, and I am inspiring by your each word you are saying right now. Okay, so let's move forward to our next question right now. So I think you are very close to Mr. Ash, right? I feel that you are very close to Mr. Ash, and my question is that you are very close to Mr. Ash. But so, what is the feeling behind to make ONPASSIVE? Like when you talk to Mr. Ash, then Have you ever heard what is the reality behind ONPASSIVE? Why Ash is building ONPASSIVE? Is it a pure information technology company, or we are working to uplift the humanity, or the combination of both? What do you say on this?
Okay, I think as far as that is concerned, I'll cover that in a moment. But back in the early days, I suppose this is where I got to know Ash quite personally right at the beginning, because when we first started, like I said, there was no name for ONPASSIVE. It was a vision. It was something that he was trying to achieve. And I can remember that when we were introducing this business to other people and they signed up to become founders. And remember, back in those days, we weren't even called a founder. Okay, we were just called partners back in those days. And it wasn't really until November when we had our first back office, and that's when the name ONPASSIVE came around. But I can remember we either rang Ash and spoke to him, or we texted him. We got a new sign up, we got somebody who wanted to join, and all he had was an Excel spreadsheet, and we all had a copy of this Excel spreadsheet, so you could, like on the Google, so you could see all the names and everything on there. And that's how basic it was right at the beginning. And knowing from where we went there to where we are now is just absolutely mind-boggling. I couldn't believe I am part of something so big right now, to be absolutely honest. So yeah, I got to know Ash in those days. I still have contact with him now. He's a very busy man. Everything that he does is for the company and our behalf as founders. So I try not to bother him. If I've got anything, I either email him or send him a private message. Sometimes he responds, sometimes he doesn't, because he's very busy. But what do I feel why Ash started ONPASSIVE? I think, to be honest, a bit like me having my fill of being involved with other platforms and products or other things online that ended up going south, becoming a scam, running off with your money and all the rest of it. Ash should have been involved with some of these things through no fault of his own. I mean, we all join these platforms and other products with the best intentions, with faith, with trust, and all of the rest, whether we follow our friends and family or whether we believe what that person is saying. Ash has been extremely successful as a marketer. He has been involved with other things, and he has been caught the same as all of us. There's been no difference. He hasn't been the one who is behind the company, but has he promoted those companies? Yeah, he has, because he's a marketer. That's what he's there to do. He wants to maximize his potential within these companies. And I think he got to a stage, especially with his wife, of being let down so many times by so many people, that he wanted to have this idea of giving everybody a fair shot to be able to make some money online through a legal, legitimate, above board company. And the only way he knew that could come to fruition was by doing it himself. Okay, so that's why I believe that he started ONPASSIVE in those early days, is to give the people who were involved in ONPASSIVE a fair crack of the whip of being involved with something that we have pride in, that we can say this is legal, this is legitimate, it's above board, no one's going to run off your money, nobody's going to take anything from you, all of these things. Now, this means such a lot to Ash. Trust is the number one thing that Ash Mufareh looks at, bar none. Okay, if you ever cross him, okay, if you ever lose his trust, then that's it. You're dead to him. All right, because it's so important to him that he trusts the people around him. Now, especially in the situation where we are, he trusts us wholeheartedly, because we've never let him down on that trust. But there has been many people, unfortunately, in ONPASSIVE that have let him down, and he's been let down in the past as well. So I think his main motivation that he has as far as why he's building ONPASSIVE is that he wants to build something for the average person out there to have a chance to be able to do something online that they can call home. They know it's legal, they know it's legitimate, and they have a fair chance of making a residual income. The beauty about ONPASSIVE is it is being grown now out of all proportion. The idea of ONPASSIVE back in the early days is nothing like the idea of where we are now. What's changed? I'll tell you what's changed. The foundership. That is what changed. Having the confidence of the founders has given him the confidence to be able to implement what he wanted to do along the line, to do it now before we have launched, to get it all done and dusted and out the way. If it wasn't for his perception of the foundership, that they are prepared to wait, that they are there behind him, that they want it to be right from word go, then he probably wouldn't have gone so far down the line. But we are now in a unique position where we are launching to the world as the biggest pre-launch company that the world has ever seen. There is going to be some major ripples online with ONPASSIVE company, with the ONPASSIVE company. As far as it being an IT company, you know, an internet technology, artificial intelligence company, I think in the early days it was just going to be a marketing platform. I think with the implementation of the tech guys in Hyderabad, I think with the other partners and people that he's brought in, they've brought new ideas, they've brought new skill sets with them for sure. And obviously he has the ideas, and he basically lets the tech guys loose with their ability to build stuff that they've never had the chance to build before. You know, when they've worked for other very large IT companies, they've been very constricted in what they can do because the company has told them what we want from you. With Ash Mufareh, he looks at everybody as a partner of the business. He wants the best out of them, and part of getting the best out of them is to allow them to explore their abilities. And this is why we have some of the best products out there, because people have stretched their ability to really come up with something that is so different. And you can see this just by our websites we get twice a week now. Everyone is so different. So I think that the IT and the artificial intelligence side of things, he knew this was going to be the way forward. So that was being implemented. The same as he has this vision for things so far ahead of his time that he is implementing now. This is why it puts us in a fantastic position. As far as the humanitarian side of things are concerned, he's always had that. Way before ONPASSIVE, he has always been a humanitarian. You only have to look at what he does on his days off. What is he doing on his days off? He's with his family. He's helping other people. These are people on the streets or wherever it may be. He's going around trying to help as many people as possible who are less fortunate than him. He has that inside him. And I think that is why within ONPASSIVE, he is trying to teach us that nobody has ever become poor by helping somebody else. He wants us all to help, to give back, to make a difference. And with this ethos that we have within ONPASSIVE of with heart and humanity, you know, I think this has been a big part of combining what we have with the humanitarian side. Now, remember, everything we do in ONPASSIVE is done because of this humanitarian and heart-based part. We never do anything for money. Money is a byproduct of what we do. Of course it is, you know, but it's a separate entity. We do it first because it's the right thing to do. It's going to give the best value. It's going to make the most difference. And we go all out, depending, doesn't matter about how much it costs, to be able to deliver something that is going to be extra special and better value than anything else. Obviously, the money side is part and parcel. But if you're focusing on what is the best thing to do rather than what is the most profitable thing to do, then you know you are in the right company and surrounded by the right people. So that's what I believe why Ash Mufareh has done what he's done, why we are continuing to do what we are doing. I believe this guy 110%. Even if it wasn't on passive, I would follow this guy to the ends of the earth because I trust him so much in his ability of what he is doing. You know, I don't have to worry about my future. I know my future is in good hands, and that's why I am always very relaxed. That's why I'm always very upbeat, because I've accepted the process. He knows way more than I do. I'm a chef, right? If he wants advice on cooking, he can come to me. I know a lot about it. You know, I don't know anything about what he's doing. That's why I trust this guy to do it. And this is what I'm trying to pass on to you people as well, is that trust element. If you haven't got that trust element, then there is nothing we can do for you now. You know, everything is out there to show you the way. All you have to do is relax and accept the process.
Exactly. We also trust Ash 110% because we are in good hand, and we are at right place at right time. And as you said, that trust is the biggest thing we can come over the person and personalities. Right, so Ash is a type of person who is working to uplifting the humanity, and he is completing the project. Right, whatever you said, Abhi, whatever you said right now, just I'm understanding that Ash is preparing a project which will ran away the society. The problems of society will solve. Like we are the solutions of each and single problem. We will providing the solution in futures. So definitely we are understanding the vision of Ash, and some people we have those who are not understanding the vision of Mr. Ash. They just need to relax and watch the process and continue the process. Everything is fine, and we are in good hands. 110% we trust Ash, and we trust the journey of ONPASSIVE, because ONPASSIVE will make history, and all ONPASSIVE is our guy on internet in upcoming future. We can just see like this ONPASSIVE. So very beautifully you explain the journey of Mr. Ash and your experience with Mr. Ash, and I'm just loving this. So I'm moving here toward my next question, and my next question is that I always have an eye on your webinar, like 360 webinar. You do 360 webinar with two other guys like Marty and Chris Johnson also. So I just only wanted to know that what is the reason behind what is the reason behind you all are conducting this webinar? Like I eagerly wanted to know this.
That's a good question. As you know, that Marty is part of my team, and you know, we've worked together prior to ONPASSIVE, and obviously work very closely together now. Chris Johnson's been he's quite a newcomer as far as ONPASSIVE is concerned, but he is part of what we do a lot of now. So why did we start 360? Obviously, when we first started it, a lot of it was to do with because me and Marty were doing lives every single day, and we wanted to combine one of those days to make it easier for us. To be honest, we felt that we were very good together, so we came up with the idea, why don't we do one a week that we can come together, we can talk about things and just make it a little bit different. You know, Ash certainly likes people who are doing things a little bit differently. Part of the little bit differently is what was how 360 worked in the early days. Now, obviously, then remember, it was called 2.5 Men, Chris being the half man. Now, Ash loved the format, and he said we'd really need a better name for it to take it to the next level. And it was Chris Johnson who came up the name of ONPASSIVE 360. So why 360? What is a circle? A circle is 360 degrees, and it was to represent covering the whole of the world, that 360 degrees. I think it's worked extremely well. We certainly bounce off each other. It shows our solidarity as three people together who are well known in ONPASSIVE. Ash loves the format. He comes on sometimes, as you well know, especially if he wants to come on in a more relaxed atmosphere rather than a corporate type of platform. And obviously sometimes he texts us just before we go on. Can you mention this? Can you bring a few updates of what this is and all the rest of it? Because a lot of people now tune into 360 to get the best up-to-date things out there. So that's really how 360 came about. It was an amalgamation of the three of us because we wanted to work together for the benefit of ONPASSIVE, to bring a different angle, I suppose. And luckily for us, it's worked very, very well. I love doing 360 on a Wednesday. Honestly, I can't wait. Every single Wednesday, we have such a great time together. Marty DeGamo and Chris Johnson are fantastic guys. You know, I love them dearly. They're good friends of mine. I really cannot wait to meet them in person. This is another side effect of what ONPASSIVE has brought to us. To be honest, when the COVID thing was on, if I didn't have ONPASSIVE, I don't know what I'd have been doing. But I found myself connecting around the globe with so many people that if I didn't have that social outlet available to me through a computer, then quite frankly, I would have gone a little bit stir crazy. You know, ONPASSIVE saved me a little bit in that respect. Truly am grateful to have so many friends within ONPASSIVE now that I would never, ever have had prior to being part of this amazing company. So not only is it a business, it is also a movement of like-minded people that I am very privileged to call friends.
Right, actually, you know what, in India, we are just loving your friend circle, like Marty, Chris, and Red. Lots of fun we are getting from that webinar, and with that fun, we also get lots of informative information. And sometime I make update video also, quick update video, because we get so much updates from your webinar. And that's why I ask a question. I have just like a curiosity that what is the reason behind you start the webinar. So I get the answer today. We lots of fun with lots of informative information, and with lots of updates, we are conducting this webinar, and this is so amazing, so good, and we are just loving your friend circle right now. Just I can say. So yeah, so let me move ahead to our next question, and my next question to you is that you said ONPASSIVE is an IT company. I always listen that ONPASSIVE is an IT company, and I always say that ONPASSIVE is an orgai on internet, on complete orgai on internet. So I want to just know, because every person have different perspective and different view, as you also have a different perspective and view. So according to you, why people will attract toward ONPASSIVE in future?
There's going to be many reasons why people use ONPASSIVE in the future. I don't think anybody, if they are online, so that means they're either on a mobile or on a computer, work, whether it be social, I don't think there is any corner of the online world that people will be able to ignore ONPASSIVE. Why do I say that? I think I say that because there is going to be something for everybody. Plain and simple. So whether you use the internet for social reasons, as in social networks, whether you use it for business reasons, whether you use it for specific targeting of medicals or whatever it may be, ONPASSIVE has it covered. Now, in the future, and this is coming very, very shortly now, is that quite frankly, people have got to the stage now with certainly the social aspect of ONPASSIVE. They are actively bored with what they have and looking for something new. You know, we've gone through the stages of Facebook and WhatsApp and LinkedIn and TikTok and Instagram, you know, Pinterest, all of these, they've been around for TikTok, you know, they've been around for a long, long time now. And in all honesty, a lot of people have had their fill of it, and you know, they don't like necessarily the ethics of it, the control, all these types of things. But the only reason they stay where they are is because there's nothing else out there. All of a sudden, what comes along? ONPASSIVE, okay, with our products at what we have. At the very least, very least, people are going to have a look at ONPASSIVE. And this is where the marketing is going to be so key, but also so effective. What are we starting off with? We're starting off with 2 free products, OMail and ONet. Those are the 2 products we'll start with. Now, people are saying, well, why are we starting with something free? Why aren't we starting with something that people are paying for so we can make commissions? Da-di-da. That is not the way to get exposure for your business. All you need to say, Sheenu, is that, hey, listen, guys, you know, you've been following me for a long time on YouTube. We're on here now. Come and have a look. I'm on ONet. Here's the link. Okay, they click on the link, they put their name in it, they put their email in it. Okay, it's completely free. What are they going to do? They're going to come over, have a look. Okay, because it's completely free. They're going to look around, look at what we have to offer, look at that product and go, wow, this is completely different. All right, this is nothing I've ever seen before. I love it, and it's free, and I can feel this is going to be my new home. What does it mean to you as the founder? It means that every single one of those people that has followed you is instantly part of your organization. They've got there for free. But what happens then? That's when the magic happens. The magic of ONPASSIVE. They're locked into you, but then they're also locked into the company of ONPASSIVE. ONPASSIVE then starts targeting these people with what they want. The new products when they come out. Do they buy that one? They might not. Do they buy the next one? They might not. But the one after that, they'll absolutely love. So they still have, you know, this is what's going to happen, and they will buy it, which means commissions for you. Plus all the other things that ONPASSIVE are going to do. They're going to drip feed continually, time and time again, to every single person that is in there of what they can get out of ONPASSIVE. And it means one thing for us founders. Every single one of these people have to come through us first. Right. Okay, when there's resellers, yes, they'll come through resellers, but it doesn't matter. No, it doesn't, because that reseller is part of a founder before. So absolutely amazing. I think that everybody at the very least, people will look.
Continue. I'm just saying that it was the best part of ONPASSIVE, that we are the only way to entering in ONPASSIVE in upcoming future. It was the best part, right?
Yeah, 100%. You know, Ashmi Farah talks about value time and time again. Everything is all about value. I mean, like I said, I joined 4 years ago. I paid $97 4 years ago. I've not paid a penny more since that time. Look at where I am. Look at what I've had out of ONPASSIVE. $97, you know, 4 years down the line, not one penny more have I paid. And I've got so much more out of this business already. I've learned so much more. I've become a better person because of it. And countless of other things that have happened to me because of ONPASSIVE for $97. Many hundreds of thousands, if not millions of people will be joining us for free. It hasn't cost them anything. And they are going to benefit from ONPASSIVE because of that free things. But in the future, some of these people will pay for stuff because they want to. It's a bit like the iPhone. Right. People buy the new iPhone without even blinking about the cost of it because they want that new iPhone. And that's all about marketing. It's all about how the brand has been developed over the years. OnPassive will do exactly the same thing. We are developing our brand through our customer base. People are going to love what they have, and they will want to have the next thing that is coming out there. It is a fantastic that what has been developed for us as founders to make us the heroes, to make us the ones that people want to look at, not the company itself. Yes, people will know about OnPassive, but the one thing's for sure is they will know your name first. They will know who SheenuBansal is before they will know who OnPassive is, because you are the one who is going to be marketed. Now, I have never come across anything like that in my life. And this is why everything that we do is different. Like I said the other day, one word for me that is the word for OnPassive is difference. We are making a difference, whether it is to us financially, whether it is to humanity, whether it is to business, anything like that, we will make a difference. And I don't think any other company around has ever had that ethos of wanting to make a difference before profit. That's a secondary part of what OnPassive is all about. Making a difference is the main part of what we are trying to achieve.
Right. ONPASSIVE is just about to making a difference, and people not attract toward business. People will never attract toward business. People will attract toward value, and ONPASSIVE is all about value. ONPASSIVE is the biggest solution on internet, which we will get in upcoming time. And if we are understanding this part of ONPASSIVE, then we will have 110% faith on ONPASSIVE, and we have to understand this. And if we are not understanding, then upcoming time will teach us that what is ONPASSIVE. Definitely time will teach us, and we are not far away. Just we are one step behind. Just one step behind today we are. So it was the best part of ONPASSIVE, that ONPASSIVE is the solution. ONPASSIVE is the biggest internet solution in upcoming time. So it was a very beautifully you explained this point, and I will explain this part in Hindi to my Indian founders also. Definitely I will do this. So here is my biggest question, like I say my biggest question, because I want to ask here that what is the importance of 20 November 2022 in the history of ONPASSIVE? Is there a difference, or it's just a normal date? What according to you is this?
Okay, for a start, this is a public forum, and obviously what's happening in November at the moment is proprietary information. So I'm not going to say too much about it. Is it important? Yeah, it is very, very, very important. I'm trying to skirt around saying the right words without saying the wrong words, if you know what I'm saying. Why is it important? It's important because it's going to be such a massive showcase. It's going to be a global showcase, and that's going to take a lot of people by surprise. Do we have to be ready for it, which is the real question that a lot of people ask? Yes, we cannot do the one without doing the other. Okay, so it means that everything has to be fit for purpose prior to that date. It means that we have to be ready prior to that date. But before we do that, we have to make sure that date is confirmed. And until that date is confirmed, then we really shouldn't talk too much about it, because we've been asked not to. And so certainly I'm not going to talk about it at the moment, because it hasn't been confirmed as yet. But if you were on the last two webinars from Ashmi Farah, and if you've heard the updates from them and also watched the recordings in your back office, you'll have a much better idea of what is going on. But for this public forum, it's certainly something that I'm not going to talk about at the moment, that's for sure. So sorry.
Okay, it was like a funny question. Okay, according to me, 20 November 2022 is a change. Like in ONPASSIVE, we just feel the change, and on 20 November we will also feel the change. And ONPASSIVE is providing change day by day. ONPASSIVE is changing in terms of value, in terms of like apples. We are just covering a part. We are just covering this question like as for fun. So don't worry, don't be so serious about this, but
No,
we
I'm not being serious. I'm not being serious about it, but we were asked not to talk about it, to be honest. So we have to be careful of what we put out on public webinars and all the rest of it. So, but is it going to make a difference to ONPASSIVE? Huge, absolutely massive. Of course it is. Okay, but we need to make sure that everything is in place first. But I know one thing. I've got a question for you, Sheenu. You asked me about what I thought about ONPASSIVE and how I liked ONPASSIVE and all the rest of it. What I want to know is, according to SheenuBansal, what do you love about ONPASSIVE?
Okay. Okay, you are asking me a question right now. Okay, fine. According to me, ONPASSIVE, just I can explain ONPASSIVE in 3 terms, like SSS, super sexy success. ONPASSIVE is just a super sexy success, and we will enjoy this in future. And definitely, the time will come. The people feel proud on that moment when people just they will realize that on that moment we have filled the form and we have taken the foundership. They will just historical moment this will come in their life. So according to me, ONPASSIVE is just a success, super sexy success, and in upcoming time we are the biggest solution. And according to founders are the biggest part. Like founders will be the I will not say that founders will be treated as celebrity, but they will change the humanity. They will do the work which they are they will provide the services which will change the humanity. So according to me, this is the best part of ONPASSIVE, which we are covering right now. And success is not only about having big offices, big cars, or having big buildings. Success is all about happiness, and ONPASSIVE will definitely provide us happiness. And definitely, if a person is happy by selling tea, then he is a successful person in life. And we all are founders. In upcoming time we are successful in every terms, in every single terms we will be successful in our life. So according to me, ONPASSIVE is all about success, exploring, and it's super sexy success according to me.
That's fantastic. I know one thing for me, being a founder in ONPASSIVE has many variables. It has so many pluses, but one of the biggest pluses I think will in the future will happen to all of us as a founder is if you said to somebody now, or if you knew somebody was a founder of Apple or Microsoft or Amazon, what would you think of that person? You'd think, wow, they are a founder of Amazon or Apple or Microsoft. The same will happen with ONPASSIVE. You'll have people saying to you, what, you, Sheenu, you're a founder of ONPASSIVE. That is how big it's going to be in the future. We are going to be such a small proportion of how big the company is going to be. There is going to be millions, if not billions, of people who are part of ONPASSIVE, and us as founders are such a small speck of this. And it's something every single founder should be extremely proud of, that they are a founder in this, and partner, don't forget, of this amazing company.
Right, amazing. So very beautifully you explain all the questions, and very politely you provide us the solution of every questions which I have in my mind for you. So in last, just a single message for our founders.
My simple message is accept the process.
Yeah.
It's there, it's done by design, okay, and it is done for a reason. All right. Nobody will hurry Ash Mufarah. Everything has to be right before. We only get one chance at this, guys. We get one chance to be the biggest and the best of everything that we are doing. So accept the process, accept that somebody knows how to do it better than we do, and you'll be absolutely fine. Relax. Everything is going to be good.
Yes, we are in right now we are in just relaxing process also, because everything is happening for our good, and every single action has its equal opposite reaction also. So ONPASSIVE is doing something for our goods only, for our benefits only. So here, thank you very much, Red, that you give us precious time, and definitely I enjoy this webinar, and your each and single word is an inspiration to me. You are an inspiration to me, how you deal with ONPASSIVE, how you're processing your mind toward ONPASSIVE. So it's beautifully you are going with ONPASSIve, and definitely Indian community is loving your 360 webinars, and definitely I am also enjoying your webinar, because lots of informative information we got from your webinar. So thank you so much, Fred, that you give me your valuable time. Okay, so at last, can you say Namaste, India?
Namaste. My wife has a sweatshirt that says Namaste on it as well.
Okay. Very nice, very nice. So thank you so much. And you are always welcome to India from my side. Always.
Yeah, well, it's like I said, it's certainly somewhere on our list. We've been looking at it for a while now. One step at a time, but we'll certainly be in India at some point, that's for sure. And I can't wait to come, especially for the food.
Yeah, you're very foodie, huh? You're very foodie. So definitely I will, when you will come to India, different type of typical foods I will like to introduce to you. So thank you so much, Red. And I would like to end this session by our lovely slogan of ONPASSIVE, in it to win it, by you.
What are we doing here, guys, in ONPASSIVE? We are in it to win it.
Definitely, we are so in it to win it. We are proud to be founder, and we are proud to be ONPASSIVians. We are so in it to win it.